Physics define matter. Any substances that occupies space and has mass. Matter may exist in what and what three states: solid, liquid, and gas. Define kinetic energy. Energy of motion. Work is the product of what two factors? Force and distance moved. Parts of a lever. Pivot point, which is the fulcrum, and rigid tube or bar. A wheelbarrow is an example of what class of lever? A second-class lever. Are all three states of matter affected by thermal expansion, and if so, which state is affected most? Yes, but the gas is the most affected. What is a British thermal unit? Amount of energy needed to change the temperature in 1 pound of water in 1 degree Fahrenheit. Name the three methods of heat transfer. Conduction, convection, and radiation. What term defines the temperature at which all molecular motion ceases? Absolute zero. Can liquids be compressed? No, liquids are considered incompressible. What are the customary units used to express hydraulic or pneumatic pressure in the United States? Pounds per square inch (psi). Describe how pressure is transmitted when a force is applied to a confined liquid. The pressure is equally in all directions. What formula expresses the relationship between force, pressure, and area? That force is equal area times pressure. What is the approximate speed of sound at sea level on a standard day? 661 knots or 340 meters per second. What is the atmospheric pressure at sea level on a standard day? 29.92 inch mercury or 1013.2 millibars. On a standard day at sea level, what is the value for temperature? 59 degrees Fahrenheit or 15 degrees Celsius. What are the factors that determine density altitude? Temperature and atmospheric pressure. What is the term used to describe the ratio between the amount of moisture actually present in the atmosphere as compared to the amount of the air could hold if it were completely saturated? Relative humidity. What are the four principal forces acting on an airplane in flight? drag, weight, lift, and thrust. What is the term that describes the angle between the relative wind and the core line of an airfoil? Angle of attack. What are the factors that cause an airplane wing to stall? Exceeded angle of attack and airflow separate from the upper surface. What are the principal effects that result from lowering the flaps while in flight? Lift increase, drag increase, stall speed decrease. What is the function of a wing-mounted vortex generator? Vortex generator keep airflow from separating from the upper surface in high-speed flight. How does blade flapping help to compensate for the symmetry of lift in helicopter main rotor system? On the retreating blade, increase angle of attack and lift. On the advanced blade, decrease angle of attack and lift. How does the airflow through the main rotor of a helicopter change during transition from normal flight to auto-rotation? Normal flight, air moves downward, which means hacia abajo. And in auto-rotation, air moves upward, which means para arriba. What is friction? Opposition to the motion between two objects in contact each other. Basic electricity. 1 kilowatt is equal to how many watts? 1,000 watts. What law describes the most fundamental or basic relationship in an electrical circuit? Ohm's law. What are the three elements of Ohm's law? Voltage, current, and resistance. How would you write Ohm's law as an equation? Voltage is equal current times resistance. If the resistance in DC circuit remains the same but the voltage doubles, what happens to the then amount of the current flowing in the circuits? It also doubles. In DC circuits, what unit measures power? Watts. What three elements are required to form an electrical circuit? Source of electric energy, load or resistance to use that electricity, and wires. DC circuits can take one of three forms or types. What are they? Series, parallel, or series parallel. A 24-volt lead acid battery has how many cells? 12. A fully charged lead acid battery has a specific gravity that varies between what two values? 1.275 and 1.300. You must apply a correction to the specific gravity reading of the electrolyte of a lead acid battery. when the temperature is outside of what two values. Whenever the temperature is less than 70 degrees or more than 90 degrees Fahrenheit. What is the reason for having separate facilities for storing and servicing nickel-cadmium battery and lead-acid batteries? Electrolytes are totally opposed, so they can get contaminated from each other. The state of charge of a nickel-cadmium battery cannot be determined by measuring the specific gravity of the electrolyte. For what reason? There is no significative change on a specific gravity when it's full charge or discharge. What is the principal advantage of AC current over DC current? The power is transmitted over long distances and needs smaller wires. What are the three causes of opposition to current flow in an AC circuit? Resistance, inductive reactance, and capacitive reactance. Define inductance. An induced voltage which is opposite in direction to the applied voltage. What component creates capacitance in an AC circuit? Capacitance in an AC circuit. A capacitor. How does a capacitor store electricity? Energy is stored as electrostatic charge between two conductors separated by an insulator. What property of an AC circuit is defined by the term impedance? Is the total opposition to current flow. What are two reasons that might cause a nickel-cadmium battery to fail to deliver its rated capacity?
Yo, muchacho,
¿Qué hace? Estoy aquí grabando las dos últimas y ya voy.
también estaba ahí repasando.
Faulty cells or cell imbalance.
Cell imbalance.
Yo te voy a pasar estos audios para que tú los estudies.
Folding cell or cell imbalance.
Y acá te vas a acordar de ti mismo aquí en escuchar los audios.
Toca darle, muchacho, estamos en la buena.
What electrical values are measured by a typical multimeter? Voltage, current, and resistance.